Morning in our town, and I sat on my steps and looked at the ground, and I bowed my head as they shuffled past, all the saints being called to the morning mass. And way off in a distance they rang a bell, way off in a distance they rang a bell, and it rang with the saints and the sinners as well. Way off in a distance they rang a bell, way off in a distance they rang a bell. I remember the lessons of Sunday school, and I can't help but think that maybe I'm the fool, 'cause I see no part of a greater plan, just the joy and the sorrow of my fellow man. And way off in a distance they rang a bell, way off in a distance they rang a bell, and it rang for the saints and the sinners as well. Way off in a distance they rang a bell, way off in a distance they rang a bell. So here we stand as life rushes past, between the first breath and the last. And here we stand between east and west, and here we stand between birth and death. Way off in a distance they rang a bell, way off in a distance they rang a bell, and it rang for the saints and the sinners as well. Way off in a distance they rang a bell, way off in a distance they rang a bell. I was watching my TV the other night. There was a war on the left and a war on the right, and is it any wonder it's us or them? It's a long way from heaven to Bethlehem. Way off in a distance they rang a bell, way off in a distance they rang a bell, and it rang for the saints and the sinners as well. Way off in a distance they rang a bell, way off in a distance they rang a bell, way off in a distance they rang a bell, way off in a distance they rang a bell, and it rang for the saints and the sinners as well. Way off in a distance they rang a bell, way off in a distance they rang a bell, way off in a distance they rang a bell, way off in a distance they rang a bell, and it rang for the saints and the sinners as well. Way off in a distance they rang a bell, way off in a distance they rang a bell. It was Sunday morning in our town, and I sat on my steps and looked at